Hey guys, I'm Adam.
I'm Ryan.
And this is Two Neighbors. Ryan, what do we got going on for these lovely people today?
And this is 60 Minutes.
We're doing some George Carlin today, but a little bit different than normal. We're not doing George Carlin stand-up. This was sent to us, guys, and this is George Carlin doing what looks like a talk show. And the title of this is White Fascist America. So, pretty heavy. But George Carlin, guys, we absolutely love him. We know he's funny. We know he's opinionated, and I'm sure we're gonna get some of that today.
This looks like what, like the early 90s, mid 90s, late 90s? Somewhere
it's hard to tell. Yeah, but well, we try to normally guess it by Carlin's age, but not sure here. But yeah, he's doing. It looks like I don't know, like a morning show or a talk show or something.
All right, so guys, before we begin, please subscribe to the channel, Two Neighbors, if you haven't already. It takes 2 seconds of your time, and don't forget to turn on that little bell for notifications because we post content every single day. Ryan, without further ado, let's kick it.
All right.
You began a sentence a little while ago with it's not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise that rich white men don't care about poor black people, period. So they're not high on their list. They're not high on their list.
George,
they're
I love
not
you,
high,
George,
they're not
but that's
high. I don't care if you
nonsense.
love me or not.
That's
They're not
nonsense.
high on the conscious or the subconscious list of those people who are in charge of things in this country. The owners, forget these foolish elections, the owners of this country don't care about the poor in general.
The owners of this country, what are we going... is this Karl Marx talking to me? The owners of this country are the voters in this country.
You're wrong about that, my friend.
Aren't the owners in this country the voters in this country who elected George Bush?
No, they're not. Listen, politics, these elections are a charade. It is a charade.
Okay.
It is, they are meant to... Well, I'll tell you, just listen for a minute. Learn a little something. The elections and politicians are in place in order to give Americans the illusion that they have freedom of choice. You don't really have choice in this country.
Well, and let me ask you this about the looting. Would you agree that there was two kinds of looting? That there was the kind where people were desperate because they were starving and maybe were taking food out of a store, and then there were some people who were taking stereo equipment.
Yeah.
Would you agree that there was two kinds of looting?
Yeah, people were walking away with television sets.
Hey, would you agree that there was those two kinds of looting?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then is it not wrong for the president to issue an ultimatum that there was zero tolerance and thereby encourage his right-wing flacks in the liberal media to go ahead and say this gives us license to suggest that we shoot people on sight, as if in the middle of this crisis where so many people are dying already, what we need to do is shoot Tyrone because he's getting out of Circuit City with some soggy tweeters. And I think Tyrone always had soggy tweeters, quite frankly.
I have an addendum to that. The real looting in this country takes place in the transfer of the wealth from the poor to the rich. I'm sorry that you don't like class and the truth, my friend, but you're just stuck with it. Class is class, and the poor have been systematically looted in this country. The rich have been made richer under this criminal, fascist president and his government.
I wonder who's president with that.
George, I think do you know what fascism is? You know what fascism is?
America,
you know what Nazis are?
No, wait, sir, wait, sir. When fascism comes to America, it will not be in brown and black shirts. It will not be with jack boots. It will be Nike sneakers and smiley shirts. Smiley. The fascism... Germany lost the Second World War. Fascism won it. Believe me, my friend.
Fascism is when corporations become the government.
Yes.
And that's sort of what we have. And poverty has gone up. So 17.
George, you think that looting is looting okay if there's no hurricane?
First of all, property.
Can you break into tweeters whenever you want?
We're talking
I
about
have no problem with theft. May I be honest with you? I have no problem with theft.
Bush administration.
True.
But wait a sec. We're talking looting. We're not saying. You know, this reminds me of the O.J. situation. It wasn't that O.J. was innocent. We all knew he killed his wife. Okay, it's not that looting is good. We all know looting is bad. It's the priorities. It's the fact that white people obsessed on one black guy getting away with a crime once when it had worked in reverse 1 billion times more. The same way they're obsessing about a few people getting away in the middle of this much bigger crisis. It's a matter of what's proportional. I think that's what we're saying about looting. No one is defending looting.
Well, when you say, I don't
care what that is always what these kind of commentators say. I don't care what their race is, as if things were even to begin with. Bill O'Reilly and his ilk are saying things like, you know what? If you just would have gotten an education, you wouldn't be in this situation. As if it's easy to get an education in situations where there's so much segregation.
Bill, I completely agree with you on that.
All right. That was a happy conversation.
Yeah, it looked like they were gonna keep going in or keep getting further down that rabbit hole. But you know what? I mean, conversations like this, they're good to have, but the people are so far entrenched in their beliefs. Like, it's very rare to have a conversation with someone who's open-minded enough to admit that they're wrong in a situation, or even admit that their narrative might not be exactly correct. Even if they believe they might be wrong, in most cases they'll just continue on with that false narrative rather than to admit that they could possibly be wrong. Absolutely. And that's a shame. But you know, I so wish George Carlin was alive today, because he would eat this up. Like, the whole world right now would be his oyster.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And it's interesting to see him in this like setting of like debate. Yeah. Because he's actually very serious in the conversation that he's having here.
He's a smart guy.
He's a very smart guy. I mean, a lot of comedians are. A lot of comedians see things straightforward and directly. And George Carlin is one of those people that sees it like that and says it how it is. Yeah. You know, no sugarcoating on that. So, great little segment here. Guys, if you have any suggestions that you think we should watch, hashtag my request down below in the comment section with the URL link, and we will do our best to get to that video. And please check out our sponsor, okanswag.com. Punch into neighbors in the coupon code at checkout, and you'll receive 20% off plus free shipping and pay no tax on some sweet Canadian swag. Right?
Yeah.
What else should these lovely people do next?
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on that bell for notifications. We post content all the time. We do not want you to miss it.
That's it for our show. We'll see you next time.
Later, guys.